Well, we're live. We'll get them back in when it comes to it. Hi guys, I'm Timothy Earle. I will eventually be joined by Nick. Let's see. Does that work? Let's see. Nope, he's gone. Cool. But this is the Earle Sports Bets show for June 14th, 2021. We got a bunch of baseball games to go over. Got some basketball to go over. Hockey eventually. I don't know where Nick went, but that's fine. That's fine. All right, he left the stream now. Okay, good. But before we jump into the stream, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. If you guys are looking at our premium plays over at picksandparleys.net, link to that will be in the description below.
Hey, I don't know what happened.
And there we go. Nick's back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there for a second. I'm going to disappear for a second because I'm switching over my camera, but yeah.
All good. But what's up, Jeremy? It's been a while, but I'm back. Welcome back, dude. Welcome back. We appreciate it. Tampa Bay White Sox under 7 runs. We'll be looking into all those. Well, Vegas Golden Knights money line. We'll be looking into all those later on in the stream. Yeah, I could tell Nick's face with that one. But yeah, it should be a good show. What do we have to say, Nick? How about a recap from yesterday? I know our baseball plays, including the premium. I went 3-3. Without the premium, went 2-3. Our premium play yesterday was the Chicago Cubs, so that one cashed kind of nicely. In basketball, went 1-1. Saw the Nuggets get knocked out, but that one went over. I also had the Nets yesterday, which I knew was a loser by the time Irving got knocked out of the game. But all good. Still a profitable day because one of my plays was the Marlins yesterday. And then after they went down 3-0 in the first, I hedged myself and got them at plus money for plus 2.5 runs. Cashed that one. So it all works out.
Good work on that one. Yeah, that was a smart move there. But yeah, I went 2-5 on baseball. So not a great day. I actually went 3-5. I hit my 2-leg parlay again. I had the Rays and Dodgers, part of a 2-leg. They made me sweat. Those Dodgers made me sweat for that game. It was 5-0 heading into the 9th, and then the Rangers decided to put up a few runs. They put up 3 in the 9th, and they really made us sweat. So that was always a fun way to end a run line play I had. And then enough about these Dodgers. And then I also had the Cubbies that cashed, and those were the only 2 teams that cashed for me. The Yankees, I knew that I bet that the day before I beat the line movement. I got it at plus 119. And they were down to, I believe, a plus 110-ish. So I beat like a 9-10 cent live movement with the Yankees. And I knew that was a loser by the time I heard Stanton and Judge were out. And the same thing happened with my overplay. With that one, 7-0. Aaron Nola just dominated the New York Yankees yesterday. Twins got absolutely dominated. I took a shot on them, and that wasn't even close. Colorado and Cincinnati, I had the over in that one. It finished, I think, 6-2, so I think it finished 2 runs under. And, my favorite play of the day, I had the first 5 under 4.5 with the San Francisco Giants and the Washington Nationals. And it was 4-0 in the second inning. I'm like, okay, I need 3 shutout innings. And I got all the way there except for bottom of the 5th, 2 outs. They drive in a run, 5-0, loser. Back-to-back days, I had bottom of the 5ths. Screw me, because I had the first 5 under in Kansas City and Oakland the day before, and that pushed, luckily. But I lost that play. So I'm looking for a little bit better of a day. But on the topic of those Washington Nationals, I kind of wanted to have a discussion question kind of to start off our streams with. And this is the one I was looking at for today. Where does Max Scherzer go during the trade deadline? Or does he stay in Washington? Because if you think about it, the way I was looking at this is Max Scherzer is still putting up great stats this year. He is, I think, an under 2.3 ERA, a 0.81 whip. He's still, I think, top 7, top 6 in strikeouts in the MLB. He's having a really good season, but the Nationals aren't going anywhere, so they have no reason really to hold on to him. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the season. Where does Max Scherzer go?
I really think that's going to be a discussion better to have at a later date, just because do we see a resurgence in the Nationals by the trade deadline? It's only the mid-June. Trade deadline is towards the end of August. I think that right now we say that he stays and go from there. If the Nationals have a horrible rest of the June, early July, or all of July, then we could say, okay, Max Scherzer will be leaving. Question is where, and I think the best spot would be a singular New York team, either one. The only thing with if he went to the Mets is I don't know if he would actually be. He'd probably be part of the rotation, but we've got a solid. Mets got a solid one already. Yankees could definitely use him. That is 100% a fact. But the shocking one is, what about the Angels? I think the Angels could have a shot at bringing up a wild card spot. And if they're making a push for it, they got the money. They just dropped Albert Pujols. They have the money to be spending. So call me crazy. I think Max Scherzer could be in an Angels uniform.
I don't hate that at all. That's definitely a piece that this Angels team, if they're looking to contend this year, they're going to need to shore up their starting rotation. Because when you have Shohei Ohtani as your only good pitcher who goes maybe once every 6-7 games because he hits, that's not a spot you want to be at, having that as your best pitcher. They need a pitcher like that. For me, this may be the obvious answer. This may be the chalk answer, whatever. Max Scherzer is going to be in pinstripes at the end of the season, leading the New York Yankees to a wild card run. So I still think the Rays win that division. I think the Yankees still make the playoffs, and when they acquire Max Scherzer, it'll definitely help them. But I think that he's a Yankee at the end of the year.
Okay. Well, if you guys have any discussion questions that you guys want to hear, leave them in the comment section down below. We'll start going over those. Just have a quick conversation before we jump into each slate. So, but now we get to go ahead and jump into the slate where we'll talk about the Washington Nationals.
There we go. Great spot to start here. I can somewhat speak in English. We have the Washington Nationals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. John Lester takes on JT Brubaker. It's around a -120 for these Nationals, around a +110 run back for these Pittsburgh Pirates. Where are we looking at for the first game of the slate here?
All right. So first of all, we have today's an 11-game slate. 11-game slate. I have 4 plays today. It's one of them is not in this game. I will say that right now. I don't know if I could trust John Lester. That's the big question. And if there's a 1 in 5 days that you want to go after Pittsburgh, it's when Brubaker is pitching. Even though just because he is the best pitcher on that staff, his numbers are not particularly pretty. 4 and 5 with a 3.9 ERA, but neither are John Lester's, and that's the main reason why I'm avoiding this game. Is I don't know if I could trust John Lester. So this one will be a pass for me. Probably even a slight lean towards Pittsburgh, but a pass.
Yeah, I do have action on this game. I have 2 plays on this one. I'm starting it off with the first 5 under 5 at -120. I was expecting to get a 4.5 in this game. So when I saw 5, I was like, that's way too high. I'm going to hop on that. The Nationals have gone under in 4 straight games. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10. And their bullpen is improving. They're now having the 15th ranked bullpen. These are actually two decent bullpens, but taking the first fives, with the first fives, I'm taking the bullpens out of this. JT Brubaker, yes, if there's ever a spot you want to target the Pittsburgh Pirates, it's when he is on the mound. But with that being said, I do have the first five under. I'm also attacking the Washington Nationals in this game. And this is not a play on the Washington Nationals by any stretch of the imagination, because they haven't looked good. 27-35, 15-17 at home, 20-26 versus versus right-handed pitchers. They've lost 6 of their last 10 games. So you're thinking probably, why am I backing this team? This is a fade on the Pittsburgh Pirates more than anything. They are 10-22 on the road. They've put up 3.48 runs per game, which is last in the MLB. They are 4-9 versus left-handed pitchers. They are 3-7 in their last 10 games, and they've lost 7 in a row. This is a Pittsburgh team I want nothing to do with. Give me the Nationals here, minus 120. I'll lay the little bit of juice here.
Sounds good. We'll go on to the next game,
where we have the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Jake Arrieta, David Peterson for this matchup. Around a minus 115 for the Mets, a plus 105 run back for the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs coming off of a sweep at home versus the St. Louis Cardinals and a play on Sunday Night Baseball. And now they, after that Sunday night game, they hopped on a plane and are heading to New York to take on the Mets here, who just came off of a series win versus the San Diego Padres. And fun fact, the Mets beat the Padres in a best-of-7 series, basically, the last two series they played them. So if you're wondering where the Mets are right now, that's where they are. I lean with the Mets in this game. I'm not going to have any action on this one, though. There's plenty of good stats on both sides. The Mets are 17-6 at home. They've won 6 of their last 10 games. And they have a much improved bullpen. They're 8th in the MLB. And on the opposite side, Chicago, they're coming off of a nice sweep. They've won 5 in a row. They've won 13 out of 18 games versus left-handed pitchers this year. I'm fading this game. I lean towards the Mets because this Cubs team just came off of a Sunday night game. But the thing keeping me off this game really is that this Cubs team has been able to hit left-handed pitchers this year, and David Peterson has been terrible this year. I can't wait for Carrasco or Syndergaard to come back to get this guy out of this rotation because he's looked bad. 1-5, a 6.32 ERA, 1.51 WHIP, 53 strikeouts, 21 walks, and 47 innings pitched. Jake Arrieta, though, hasn't looked great either. 5-6, a 4.97 ERA, 1.45 WHIP, 48 strikeouts, 23 walks, and 58 innings pitched. Maybe you look towards an over in this game, but I'm not getting involved in this game. There's just too much on either side to really make a play on this one.
All right. Hi, Jessica Campbell. And as you're coming into the stream, I'm going to be disagreeing with you. I'm going the Mets today. Yeah, the Mets are the best home team in the major leagues right now. They're coming off of a series win against the Padres. Yes, they lost yesterday. Not a big deal. It's because of a bullpen gamble that Rojas didn't work the right way. Not a big deal. And they let up a grand slam to Tatis Jr. Okay. On the other side, Cubs are coming off of a big sweep of the St. Louis Cardinals. They are coming off of the win on Sunday Night Baseball. And that being said, I like the Mets. I feel like this is a huge letdown spot for the Cubs after having such a big, intense series with the Cardinals, their biggest rival. So, and after a Sunday Night Baseball game, they hopped on a plane and they probably got back to their hotel rooms in New York around 3 a.m. So, that being said, I'm going with the New York Mets today. Yes, David Peterson hasn't been good, but Jake Arrieta does not pitch well against the Mets. He doesn't. So I'm going to be going with the Mets today. I think David Peterson gets a sort of a bounce back game. Jake Arrieta will struggle. The Cubs will struggle off of a big series win against the Cardinals. Yes, the Cubs did sweep the Mets last time they played. I think the Mets steal one from him today.
Alrighty. Heading into our next game, we are looking at the Toronto Blue Jays at the Boston Red Sox. I believe this finishes up a 4-game series between these two teams. Boston around a minus 115 for this game, around a plus 105 run back for this Toronto Blue Jays. Alek Manoah takes on Nathan Eovaldi in this matchup. Nathan Eovaldi, 7-3, a 4.11 ERA, a 1.29 whip, 70 strikeouts, 17 walks, 72 in the third innings pitched. Alek Manoah is 1-0 with a 3.14 ERA, 1.19 whip, 16 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 14 in the third innings pitched. And Manoah, this kid's looked pretty good to start off his career. He did get hit a little bit in his second start, but he's looked pretty good considering he's a rookie. Looking at this game, I'm staying off of it, though. I don't see much value on it. Maybe a lean towards the first 5 under, if anything. But Toronto, they have a really good offense. This is going to be a team that's going to hit. And I'm not going to be backing either side here. I'll probably lean towards the Red Sox for a bounce back after what happened yesterday, but no action for me here.
Yeah, I had the Red Sox yesterday. Well, it's not pretty. It was over. It was 6-0 at the end of the first inning. Not pretty. Well, actually, was it 6-0 or it ended up finishing 18-4. Yeah, 18-4. Sorry, I just went 4-0 at the end of the first. They scored 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 2 in the ninth. On 20 hits. Yeah, that's not happening again. That being said, I'm laying off this game because screw this series. I've been on the Boston Red Sox the last 2 games, and they've absolutely just shit the bed. So not interested in going after this game. Nathan Eovaldi has pitched really good. Manoah is a dynamic rookie that has been pitching solid since he's come up to the majors. This should be a good game. Maybe lean towards an under after everything that happened yesterday. Just because, but wait a little bit on the under, just because everybody's going to see what happened yesterday, and then they're going to be slamming the over. I think the over can get to, I think the total can get up to a 10, and in that case, grab the under.
I like that. I like that move. All right. Heading into our next game here, we have the Cincinnati Reds and the Milwaukee Brewers. We're getting Eric Lauder versus Vladimir Gutierrez. And you can get the Brewers for around a minus 135, minus 140, around a plus 125, plus 130 run back for the Reds here. Gutierrez, 2-1, a 2.65 ERA, 1.12 whip, 13 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 17 innings pitched. Eric Lauer, 1-2, a 4.82 ERA, 1.39 whip, 33 strikeouts, 9 walks, and 28 innings pitched. For me, these are two teams that are playing really well right now. The Brewers have won 9 of their last 10 games. The Reds have won 8 of their last 10 games. Reds on a 3-game winning streak coming off of a sweep against the Rockies. Milwaukee coming in on a 4-game winning streak as well. These are two really good teams. I was looking, if anything, Cincinnati first 5 innings, but that line wasn't where I wanted it to be. I wanted that to be a plus 125, plus 130, and I was getting plus 115. So overall, I'm laying off this game. I lean towards the Cincinnati Reds in this matchup. I might take them full game, but I'm not betting it right now.
No, this would definitely be. I think the best play for this one would have to be going over the total. It's a 9, but Cincinnati's been seeing the ball very well. Even Milwaukee has been hitting decent. Let's see. Last game they had 5 runs. Game before 7 runs. Game before 7. Yeah. So even I think the best shot for this one would be going over. These pitchers don't necessarily scare me for an under. So probably just lean towards the over. I'm not going to choose a side because if I was, it would. Both of these two teams are on heavy hot streaks, and I think I'd end up leaning more towards Milwaukee. But maybe the over is probably about the only thing I'd be interested in this game.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pull the trigger on any type of play there.
No, I agree with that one. I do have a play from this next game, though.
We got the Tampa Bay Rays and the Chicago White Sox. Tyler Glasnow, Lance Lynn, around a -110 for these Rays, around even money for these White Sox. Where are we looking at for this one, Tim?
I normally don't bet that many totals. I'm betting a total for this one. I'm going under in this game. I got him at 7.5. It dropped down to a 7. I'm still interested. Glasnow is going to be pitching fantastic. And Lance Lynn has been an absolute workhorse this year. These two pitchers have been beyond solid. 5-2, 2.57 for Glasnow, 7-1, 1.23 for Lance Lynn. This is a solid under spot for me. I think this game finishes 1-0 or 2-1, something in that nature. And if I would have to go for a side, I think I would lean more towards Chicago at plus money right there. At Chicago at slight plus money, but I'm going 100% under for this game.
Yeah, I'm on the same page there. I just added in a play that I'm currently writing on my paper. I got the first 5 under 3.5 for this game. That's at even money right now. We're getting 2 very solid pitchers today. Lance Lynn is 7-1, a 1.23 ERA, a 0.88 WHIP, 72 strikeouts, 17 walks, 65 2/3 innings pitched. Tyler Glasnow is 5-2, a 2.57 ERA, 0.93 WHIP, 117 strikeouts, 26 walks, and 84 innings pitched. We are going to get a great pitching matchup for this one, and I think it's going to be a 0-0, 1-0 type of game at the end of 5. 3.5, I think that's a little high. We can have a 2-1 game at the end of 5 and cash that play. I'm on first 5, under 3.5 at even money for these two teams. I think that we're going to see great pitching matchup between these two very talented pitchers.
5 under 3.5 for Nick. Cool. Yeah. By the way, what's up, Masam? What's up, AJ's? Under first 5 or full game, because when it goes pitching change, it gets ugly.
First 5.
I'm going full game. I think that this game, I think that both pitchers will go 7+ innings to the point where they don't really need as much with the bullpen, and I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem. So I'm going to go under full game. He'll go under first 5, and we'll see how it goes. Under 3.5 first 5. No run first inning. I would be totally down for that one. I think that one's. Do we have anything for no run first innings?
I have no idea.
I don't think we have.
I don't look at those.
I don't think we have that on our site. Yeah, we don't have no run first inning on our site.
Yeah, but when it comes to betting totals, this is the thing I follow. If I'm going to be betting an over, it's going to be a full game over because I want those bullpens involved. If I'm betting a full game, or if I'm betting an under, it's always a first 5 under because I want to keep those bullpens away from my under. So that's the way I look at totals is unders are always first 5, overs are always full game.
Fair enough. I don't mind that. But we can move on to the next game then, which is a beautiful one. Beautiful game.
Oh, yeah. Detroit and Kansas City, the marquee matchup of the day. We're getting Matthew Boyd and Brad Keller. Another one of those names that's going to be on the trade block come trade deadline is Matthew Boyd, who has been looking a little bit better of this year compared to what he was last year. 3-6, though. A 3.56 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, 54 strikeouts, 19 walks, and 68 1/3 innings pitched. Brad Keller 6-5, a 5.75 ERA, 1.75 WHIP, 55 strikeouts, 29 walks, and 61 innings pitched. Matthew Boyd, I think he's pitching for other teams to look at him for this trade deadline. I think he's going to be one of those teams where if you can't go out and get a Scherzer or a pitcher like that, you're going to go out and get yourself the Matthew Boyd. I can see a team like the Phillies picking him up, or the team like the Yankees picking him up. But with that being said, I'm passing on this game. I don't see any intrigue in betting either of these teams right now. Both are struggling. The Tigers 11-20 on the road, 17-28 versus right-handed pitching. They've lost 7 of their last 10 games, including 3 in a row. On the opposite side, the Royals are 2-8 in their last 10 games. They've also lost 3 in a row. Yeah, this is not a spot that you need to get involved in. Absolutely staying away from this game.
Yeah, real quick on the Matthew Boyd conversation. Yeah, he's in the middle of a 1-year, $6.5 million deal, so he could easily get dealt. I think that's one of the good spots where he doesn't necessarily have to be a starting pitcher for where he's going. So he could easily end up in like the Mets, and you could see him in the bullpen or something as like a long relief pitcher. Yankees could use him. Chicago could probably use him for the back of his rotation or bullpen. White Sox, or even like an Angels team or a Astros team could use him as well. But that being said, I don't like this game. No, I almost pulled the trigger on plus money Detroit, but I already have like 3 big underdogs today that I really, really like. So I decided not to pull the trigger on this one. Better spots on the slate, and one of those spots I feel like is next game. So we can move on to that one.
Yeah, one last thing on the Matthew Boyd with him being talk about him potentially going to the Mets. I think he can be a nice replacement for David Peterson.
I agree. I would be totally down for that one. Well, keep in mind Cookie Carrasco and Syndergaard should be back.
Yeah, he's going to be a long relief man come playoff time. Yeah.
Blue Jays are looking to. Blue Jays could be. Oh, that could be a good spot too. I didn't even think about them.
Yeah, that could be a nice little spot.
They're slowly moving their way up. They just got into 3rd place in the American League East. So, and AJ's. Let's jump into the next game.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't we? We have the St. Louis Cardinals and the Miami Marlins. The Cardinals are a -180 for this matchup, around a +160, +170 run back for this Miami Marlins team. We're getting Braxton Garrett versus Adam Wainwright, and I guess we'll start with you with this game, Tim.
I am agreeing with AJ's. I'm going Miami. This is a nice big plus money spot. Miami's played a little bit better lately. They had won 4 straight, then they lost yesterday. Close game there. But St. Louis is coming off of a Sunday night loss, off of a sweep. They've lost 9 out of their last 10, 3 straight. This seems like the perfect spot. Yes, it's Braxton Garrett for the Marlins today and Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals. I do not care. I'm taking the Miami Marlins. They're one of my 3 big plus money teams that I'm going after today. So give me Miami Marlins today against the struggling, tail spinning St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah, This spot's, I think, pretty straightforward. I mean, you're getting a Cardinals team that, you mentioned, has lost 9 of their last 10 games. They're just coming off of a sweep. They have Adam Wainwright on the mound, and you're asking me to lay -180? Are you out of your mind? Adam Wainwright has not been good this year. 4-5, a 4.03 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, 67 strikeouts, 19 walks, and 73 innings pitched. So his strikeouts are down. His ERA is up. He's not been pitching well. Braxton Garrett, though, he is 0-1. Granted, he's only pitched 7 innings, 6.43 ERA, 1.71 WHIP, 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. We still need to see a little bit more from Braxton Garrett as well for me to be supremely confident on this play. I would lean towards the Marlins in this spot. They've been playing better baseball of late. They almost just swept the Atlanta Braves, which this NL East is a complete mess right now. Other than, even the Mets are a little bit of a mess. with all their injuries. So this is an ugly NL East division. For me, it's Marlins or nothing in this match, and I'm just going to lay off this game. I just haven't seen enough from Braxton Garrett in order to really want to back this Marlins team. So pass.
Thoughts on the total on this one? I know Lance says that it's a solid under.
Yeah, I can potentially see an under spot for this game. The only thing that's keeping me away from that are the pitchers. Braxton Garrett and Adam Wainwright, they haven't been great, but I can expect that maybe this offense for St. Louis is probably a little sleepy. We all know Adam Wainwright spent the night in St. Louis last night. He wasn't in Chicago. Pitchers on Sunday Night Baseball generally aren't with the starting pitchers the next day, generally aren't with the team on Sunday Night Baseball. So with that being said, he's probably going to be well rested and ready to go today. The bats won't. So yeah, I can see a first 5 under in this game as well.
All right. Jeremy, we'll get to that game in just a minute. We have this one and then we have that one. So
yeah, next game we have is the San Diego Padres and the Colorado Rockies, and this is actually our premium play over on picksandparlays.net. If you guys want to check that out, the link to that is in the description of the video down below. So yes, we can get to Jeremy Wesley's game now that he wants to mention.
I forgot to put in my Marlins play in the there we go. All right, yeah, we'll get to this one and okay, go ahead.
All right, we got the LA Angels and the Oakland Athletics in this matchup. Dylan Bundy, Sean Manaea. These red hot Angels, 6 in a row, looking very good. Granted, they have Dylan Bundy on the mound today, which actually finally got a win in his last start. The Oakland Athletics are on a minus 145-ish, around a plus 130 run back for this Angels team. For me, looking at this game, the Dylan Bundy is 1-6, a 6.16 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, 55 strikeouts, 15 walks, 57 innings pitched. Sean Manaea 5-2, a 3.09 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, 73 strikeouts, 18 walks, and 75 2/3 innings pitched. Looking at this game, I'm staying off of it personally. I'll lean towards the over in this game. I do not trust this bullpen for the Oakland or for the LA Angels, 25th in the MLB. The Angels have gone over the total in 7 of their last 10 games. Only thing keeping me off of this is Oakland's been playing a little bit more towards the under recently. Have gone under in 7 of their last 10 games. Have gone over in 2 straight games, but have gone under in 7 of 10. Both these teams coming in red hot, winning 8 of their last 10 games. The LA Angels are on a 6-game win streak. The Oakland Athletics are on a 3-game win streak. Both these teams are good versus the left or right-handed pitchers that they're facing today. Oakland 23-18 versus right-handed pitching. 11-9 for the Angels versus left-handed pitching. Oakland 22-18 at home. They're actually a much better road team than they are at home. But all that rambling, all that, I'm just going to lay off this game now.
I am not. I'm going with the Angels. They're going to be my second of the 3 big dogs that I like today. They've won 6 straight, 8 out of their last 10. Yes, Oakland's won 8 out of their last 10 as well. But Angels have just been looking really, really good lately. And you're getting, I guess it's not really that much of a plus money. Only a plus 132 now. What did I get him at? I got him last night at plus 140 last night. So I beat the line movement a little bit. So a lot of people are putting money in on those Angels. I think they get it done tonight. Yes, Dylan Bundy's on the mound. He did get a win last time out. So that was kind of nice to have that in the background that he has his first win of the season. I think he can get another one tonight. Lance says over. I don't mind the over.
I like the over game.
Yeah, these offenses are definitely hitting pretty well right now. I'm just going to go with the Angels in this one. I think they continue their 6-game winning streak, make it to 7, and they're starting to make a real push for it. So give me the Angels in this matchup.
Alrighty. So we have 3 more games to go over in this card. We have the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Francisco Giants in this next game. A minus 173 for the Giants, around a plus 155-ish for this Diamondbacks team. Matt Peacock, Alex Wood is the matchup for this one. And who the hell keeps backing these Arizona Diamondbacks? I don't know. I think money has come in on these Giants a little bit. But I think they were up to a minus 180 earlier, and now they're down to a minus 173. So I think slight money has come in on these Diamondbacks. My question is why? This team is bad. They've won 3 of their last 30 games.
Something like that.
They're 9-27 on the road this year. They're 3-13 versus left-handed pitching. They're 0-10 in their last 10 games, a 10-game losing streak. This Arizona team sucks. I think they're by far the worst team in baseball. I don't think that's even in the question right now. I think Baltimore's better than them. I think the Twins are better than them. The Tigers are better than them. The Pirates are better than them.
Just to give you an idea, the Arizona Diamondbacks are the worst team in the MLB by a solid 3 games. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have 20 wins. The next team is Baltimore, who has 22 wins. And so that's 2 there. They're the worst team in the league by 3 games. 2 games, 1 game in the win column, 2 games in the loss column for that one. They're bad. They're very, very bad.
Yeah, this is not a team I'm wanting to touch right now. With that being said, though, am I laying minus 175 on the Giants here? I'll pass on this game completely. I see this game. I had this game priced around a minus 160, so I don't see value really on either side for me to want to go and play this game. Maybe lean towards the under, the first 5 under in this game. The Giants have played to the under in 5 in a row, so if I would have a play, it'd be them shutting down this Arizona offense, but I'm going to stay off this one. There's better spots on this card. I have all of, I think, five games that I've bet on today, and this is not one of them.
Yeah, if anything for this game, San Francisco run line, but I'm not interested in this one. Never backing the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks could be a plus 400. I'm not backing them. Giants run line looks decent. Yeah, that looks decent. I'm just not going to go after it today. I have enough bigger dogs to go after that I have today. So pass for me on this one. I do have a play on this next game, though.
I have a play on the last 2. Yes. We have the LA Dodgers and the Philadelphia Phillies in this matchup. Spencer Howard versus Tony Gonsolin. And the Dodgers are on a minus 160. I believe it's around a plus 145, plus 150 run back on these Philadelphia Phillies. And I'll let you go first so I can totally shoot down because I know we're on the opposite sides from this game.
Yep. I remember I was mentioning some dogs. I am going after the Philadelphia Phillies in this game. This pitching matchup does not scare me. Spencer Howard, yeah, he probably hasn't really been pitching that well. 0-1, 4.61. A lack of run support. It's not a big deal. Gonsolin is 0-0 with a 5.4. None of these pitchers have that much innings logged this year, so it's not really a fair comparison right now. But going into this one, Philadelphia has won 4 straight games and 7 out of their last 10. Dodgers have also won 7 out of their last 10, but they won yesterday, but they lost the other day to Texas. But not really getting into that as much. Philadelphia is on a little bit of a hot streak. I'm going to ride that streak. I grabbed the Philadelphia Phillies at the plus 147 price tag. I like the big dog today.
Yeah, I'm laying the chalk today. I'm laying the minus 160. I'm going to start looking at games where if I see value, I'm going to bet it, even if it's a minus 160, minus 170. I think I'm probably going to go up to minus 180, minus 185 on some of these plays. And I'm going to see for a couple months how I do on these bigger favorites that I like. And the Dodgers are the first one here. Minus 160 against for the Dodgers. I like it. They've won 7 of their last 10 games. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. They are 21-11 at Dodger Stadium this year. They're 26-18 versus right-handed pitching. They've played really well lately. They got the bullpen advantage. And this, I don't trust this Philadelphia bullpen for anything. 21st-ranked bullpen in the MLB. On the Philly side, 11-19 on the road They're traveling across the country. Yes, I understand. They just 2 games swept the New York Yankees. Guess what? The last game they didn't have their 2 biggest hitters in there, and we're getting Spencer Howard on the mound today. This is a pitcher that the Dodgers are absolutely going to light up. I'm expecting this to be probably like a 7-2 type of game, where we're going to see the Dodgers get the runs they need and easily win this game. I'm on the Dodgers. I laid the -159, -160. I don't care. I'm on the Dodgers in this spot.
Sounds good. We'll go ahead to the last game on the MLB slate. What's up, Joshua? Welcome to the stream, dude.
Yeah, heading into our last game here, we have the Minnesota Twins and the Seattle Mariners. The Twins are -135 in this matchup. Run back now of +125 for the Mariners. And I bet this game at the wrong time last night. I think that happened in almost all my plays today. I'm on the Mariners in this game, +125. Yes, I understand Marco Gonzalez is on the mound. He's 1-4, a 5.45 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, 31 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 36 in the third innings pitched. But you're asking me to lay a -135 on a Minnesota Twins team that has looked absolutely awful this year? Absolutely not. Kenta Maeda, 2-2, a 5.27 ERA, a 1.48 WHIP, 39 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 42 and 2/3 innings pitched. Kenta Maeda represents the Twins perfect so far this season. Was expected a lot of them and gotten absolutely nothing from them. I'm on the Seattle Mariners in this spot. They're 17-14 at home. They are 24-24 against right-handed pitching on the opposite side. Minnesota, 14-21 on the road this season. They're not a good road team. They can't hit lefties. They're 7-15 versus left-handed pitching. And this is a Minnesota Twins team that I don't know when they're going to turn around, if they're going to turn around. This is going to be a team that's going to be selling at the trade deadline. Give me the plus money to fade the Twins. Like, come on. Anytime the Twins are a favorite this year, I'm going to probably look to fade them. And this is a good spot to do that on the road against Seattle.
No, I agree. Lance says over. I agree with the over. I'm not betting it, but I agree with the over. Minnesota has looked awful this year. We expected a lot from them. Gotten absolutely nothing. They're 15 games back in the division. By trade deadline, they're going to be trading all their pieces. Kenta Maeda has been awful. So if anything, probably lean towards Seattle. I'm just going to avoid this game. I got my 5 plays for today. My 3 big dogs, and I'm good for that. I'm ready for basketball.
All right, then we can make the transition then from the diamond to the hardwood for the 2 playoff games for the NBA tonight. But Tim, go for it.
But before we go into NBA and hockey and all that stuff, I always do this. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the beginning of football season. So help us out, share us out. Trying to get some wins together, make some money together. So let's do this. If you guys are interested in our plays, and our premium plays, picksandparleys.net/game time will give you 50% off the 7-day packages. Me and Nick are going to be starting to put out 2 to 4 subscriber only plays on our premium site. So you guys are getting a lot more plays over there. I think we posted 7 total plays today, 4 of them for subscribers only. So go ahead and just check out picksandparleys.net/game time to get all of our bonus plays over there when you grab a 3-7 monthly subscription to us. But go ahead and check that out. Also, Craig's always on at 10 o'clock in the morning or at night whenever he does his. Me and Nick, Earle Sports Bet Show at 11 a.m. Higgs is going to be on in a couple minutes over at Winning Free Picks for Midday Money. Morning Wood with Allie Burns. She's not going to be on today. She's off on Mondays, but she'll be back tomorrow. I'm supposed to be pushing this out. Last Woody Standing starts every single Tuesday. Every single name that goes on her board is $1 into the pot, so you guys can win money over there. Game time decision will be at 6 o'clock today. I think we might have a guest. So
Yes.
actually, yeah, well, we're gonna have a guest. Not gonna reveal who it is yet, but we're gonna have a guest for Game Time Decision today over at picksandparleys.net, Picks and Parleys YouTube channel.
Yep.
So, and then normally there's Total Chaos, no Total Chaos tonight, and then late night money with Sean Higgs over at Winning Free Picks will be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, let's jump into some basketball. Why don't we, Nick?
Sure. Let's hop into the National Blowout Association here, where we have the Philadelphia 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks. Game 4. The Sixers lead the series 2-1. We are in Atlanta for this one. Where are we looking for this game?
I think Game 1 was a fluke, where Atlanta was able to win that one. I was on Atlanta for that one. I think it was a fluke. Because ever since then, Philadelphia has won by 20 plus points in both. 16 points and 16 points. So they've been able to take care of business both games, 2 and 3. I think the same thing happens tonight. I think it's going to end up being a 3-1 Philadelphia lead. I think the combination of Joel Embiid, Simmons, Curry, and Harris is too much for the Hawks to deal with. This is a young Hawks team. They'll be back next year, even stronger, but they're just a little bit too inexperienced right now. I think that Philadelphia takes care of business today and ends up finishing the series in Game 5. So I'll be going Philadelphia.
Then our next game here is going to be, I believe, game number 4.
Yep.
Between the Utah Jazz and the LA Clippers. I forgot what the teams were for a second. This game is going to be in LA. It is, I believe, a 4.5 or a 5-point spread.
4.5.
4.5 for the Clippers here. The Jazz currently lead the series 2-1. Donovan Mitchell, he's going to be in today.
Yep.
Mike Conley, we don't know 100% yet. But where are we looking at for this one?
I think yes. I think last game was a fluke as well, because Utah was dominating at home, and then all of a sudden on Saturday loses by 26 points just because they're on. No, I think that Jazz come back and win this game. I think it's a solid spot. I do like Utah to at least cover, if not win the game altogether. And you're getting Utah at a plus 170 price tag. I don't mind that. So I'm going to be going after the Utah Jazz today. If anything, it might even lean towards the under 223 in this game. But overall, I'm just going to be going after Utah for this one.
Yeah, I remember looking at game number 3 there and seeing that all of a sudden the Clippers were a 4-point favorite. And I was looking at that game. I was wanting to bet the LA Clippers, but I stayed off of it because I just default to what you do because I don't do the NBA here for ESB. So I just went with what you were going with. I was leaning towards the Clippers in that game because down 2-0, I was expecting a bigger performance from Kawhi and PG. So I could see the Clippers winning tonight. Yeah, absolutely. But I can see the Jazz covering it.
Yeah, there's a difference between winning and covering. I think that the Jazz can at least cover tonight. I think it's going to be a closer game.
All right. Now let's go from the hardwood into the ice. We have game 1 of the semifinals here between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Montreal Canadiens. And looking at this game, minus 260 for the Vegas Golden Knights, plus 230 for the Montreal Canadiens. And I don't know how you lay minus 260 on the Vegas Golden Knights tonight. At the end of the day, I believe Vegas most likely wins this game tonight. But I'm taking a flyer here. I'm on the Montreal Canadiens. I got them at plus 232. I think that this is a nice little spot for them. They haven't trailed since Game 4 against Toronto. They've won 7 straight games. Carey Price has looked absolutely phenomenal in the last 7 wins. He's stopped 200 of 212 shots, a 943 save percentage. He's looked absolutely phenomenal. And this is going to be an interesting game. My bigger play in this game, though, is the under 5.5. And I'm also going to look towards that first period under a goal and a half in this one as well. I think that kind of like what we saw with the Islanders and the Lightning yesterday, these two teams have not played each other this season. There's going to be some feeling out. So I think this first period is going to be a 0-0, 1-0 type of period. And we're going to get an under in this game. So I'm looking at under 5.5 and Montreal for this one.
Okay. Any player props for you, Nick?
I would need to look at that. Maybe. I don't know. I would have to look. Give me a second. I'm getting up the odds on that one now. If you want to talk about any NBA player props.
You know what? I got everything typed up this morning. I'm like, okay, I'm all good. Let's do this. And then realized that I forgot to type up my player props.
This is probably a maybe under 2.5 shots on goal for Tyler Toffoli. He hasn't been shooting the puck much. He did get 3 shots in Game 4 against Winnipeg, but I can see him slowing down a little bit there. I like the under in this game, so I'm not on really any player props. So I'm staying away from this player props for this game.
Sounds good. I got 2 player props. I know they might seem cheap because I like to go to this a lot. I like Simmons over 13.5 points. That's quite easy for him to do. That's 4 points a quarter. Can easily be done. And I like Mitchell over 30.5. He's been hitting like crazy. He should be back to 100% today. And I like Mitchell to take control of this game. So Mitchell over 30.5 and Simmons over 13.5.
Alrighty. But any last things you want to say before we head on out for this stream?
How about a recap?
Oh, yeah, recap time. Go first.
I like the New York Mets in this one. I like the Tampa Bay Rays and Chicago to go under. I like the Miami Marlins in this game. I like the Angels, Phillies, and then I like the Sixers and the Jazz in the NBA today.
All right. For me, I'm looking at the Washington Nationals here on the money line, as well as the first 5 under in that game. I am on the LA Dodgers at that minus 160 price tag. I'm on the Seattle Mariners plus 125. And I'm on Pittsburgh Washington Pittsburgh, Washington, first 5. I mentioned that. And I'm also on the Chicago White Sox, Tampa Bay, under 3.5, first 5. I'm also looking at the Montreal Canadiens on the money line, just a little bit there. And I'm also looking at the under tonight between the Canadiens and the Vegas Golden Knights.
Sounds good. But we'll let you wrap up this stream, Nick. I did put a link to Higgs' stream in the chat, so if you guys want to go over there, say hi, and watch his stream, go ahead. It's a link in the description, link in the chat now, so go ahead and check that out.
Yep, but that's going to just about wrap it up for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I want to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out, and good luck with whatever you guys are betting tonight, whether it be the MLB, NBA, or the NHL, soccer, tennis, whatever you guys are betting today. Good luck. Thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you guys the same time tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I was joined here with my brother Tim. Thank you guys as always, and